Hello, greetings. This is me, Zahra Jawad. And so, Truth Seeker, what was my greatest dialogue today? Starting introduction. So, you may think that, I make mistakes and all this, so you may think I'm misguiding you. And who are you? But of course, I need to, I'm a human being. And this is why we are told religion came down for us to understand and thus to follow the divine laws and align with them. I don't mean to misguide you. Let's see who has misled us and misguided us. So if I falter, Junaid says, right, the Sufi Junaid, that 1,000 steps that I might take to the truth and fail, or whatever his thing was, that, maybe from those 1,000 steps, one step could come to truth. So I might fail. This is like scientifically, in a loose sense, if the scientists don't kill me. I mean, not in body or anything, but, they might die themselves saying, oh my God, Allah, I don't want to kill scientists. Who are you comparing yourself? So if you also do not kill me by saying, who are you comparing yourself? No, scientists are scientists. And I really enjoyed the debate yesterday. I came across Professor Richard Dawkins and Dr. John Lennox. And then Infinity Foundation, what's the difference between free will? That wasn't a debate, that was a discussion. And consciousness. Infinity Foundation, Mahadra. I've something. Sorry, the one who came with Imam Tawhidi and all this. Doctor, professor, shall I call him? What shall I call him? Oh my God, he made it so easy. So there's deception in this world, in the marketplaces. There's cheating and fraud. So, you may say that, what is your authority? I don't have, what is my authority? My authority is from ignorance. I'm learning. I'm going towards learning to see all that information that authority has given us. So let's see if this authority is true authority. Now, last time, many things I should be saying, like why, since I don't know and I want to know. No, I was pushed because, ignorance is not bliss, right? Because I was born in Muslim Shia, my biography, introduction. So, copying Richard Dawkins and Professor Richard Dawkins. What a discussion that was, amazing. It was not a debate. ऐसा लग रहा था कि प्रोफेसर रिचर्ड डॉकिंस कचेरी में उनको these Christians, they've kept it on the, what do you call that, court में you stand in court, what do you call that, witness box, no, kacheri, witness box, kacheri. So एक ये witness box भी क्या है? Okay, so really what integrity and what dignity and what to the point and what intelligence and, I've seen my Muslims going out of topic, but really amazing intelligence and information and to the point. Both of them. So this was a Christian Dr. John Lennox. On YouTube I saw that video. Oh, I was like, I can't believe this has come for free for us to see. And then Infinity Foundation on he's a Indian professor in his own right. Yeah, very great one. What explanation! So these Indian Hindus have a lot of knowledge. Anyhow, we'll see. Now I need to gather this authoritative knowledge to find out, to show you, please leave Islam. Please leave it. I didn't have that much authority to say that when I was reading these, I was having, gastric problem and digestive problems. Had my tea, remember to take a last sip of it. Proper. Last few drops are left. Drink it later. So I need another jughead from the comic strip. I need a jug of tea, not beer. So, Britishers, yeah, very level-headed. I'm really very impressed. Or no, Sadhguru was saying they've ruled us and all this. Anyhow, but you see, these Indian Hindus, they don't go killing. You conquer the mind. Now they've learned to conquer the mind peacefully. Sadhguru was telling them we should fight, and everyone, we should not be 80. The 80% that sat and said, yes, Britishers, saab, इनको छोड़ दो और ये हम क्या हैं, what are we? We should fight. And so let's not be the 80%, let's be the 20%. But how are we fighting against the Britishers? Tutti frutti language. So, anyways, let's see. It was going well I'm on a live stream Facebook too. I am not live stream Facebook, but I'm on live stream Facebook. So please forgive these mistakes I make. Now, I think that we should see what it is, this thought, intellect, from Al-Kafi. I know a long time back, I was interested to know God. Now, what does God say about the intellect? Oh my God, he's saying that when, the intellect obeys, and intellect should not have Satan in it. And what else did I have in my previous video? I said that I really regret. I have to make some corrections. Now I've forgotten my mind. Jin, you're doing well. Pac-Man, the game. You're eating my thoughts. So I came to hear a live stream about my health, and then this religion. Shias, are you ready? Trying to make Shias ready. Please don't follow this religion. It will make you dull and dumb. And it will not, it's defeating your intelligence. So, intelligence. So you may say that what authority do I have? I have no authority. From ignorance, from nothingness. And could nothingness be ignorance? I don't know. Since I found Shiva, I don't know how I found Shiva and nothingness. So wishing for nothingness, because all this something is really terrible. It should be all or nothing for us. Someone has sang it's a song, all or nothing, something like that. That's a song lyric. I just remembered. What part of the song is it? I don't know. I don't know. So I reached here on a Facebook live stream about my thoughts and your thought. I came, but now I cannot copy myself, even imitate myself. Can't retrace my footsteps. You know, Khalil Gibran's, so if you may be thinking that I have no authority, I have no knowledge, I'm discovering. Like Junaid, the Sufi said, right? Now, to show you that this authority, how it has deceived us for 1400 years, and how wide it has spread. And it has become a cancer to our spirit and it's our soul. Spirit is intact. So, My Thoughts and Your Thoughts and Glass by Khalil Gibran. You can please, sir, I'm not making it easy for you because God has made it very difficult for me. But now that I'm in Emirates, God has made it very easy for me, facilitated. God has. First we thank God. Should we thank the sheikhs? Allah bachare. Allah Kareem, Alhamdulillah. Prince Kareem bhi hai hamare Agha Khan. Our Agha Khani Ismaili Shias also, you are welcome here in my tutti putti broken language, broken head, cracked. I can't find my. No, wait, I bought new glasses, sorry. I found it. I keep misplacing my glasses. What do you call that, Professor? Absent-minded? Professor! No, I'm not absent-minded. Nowhere near that. Professor Richard Dawkins. So I was really touched, really deeply, that he was on a kacheri, right? Did I say this? Kacheri witness box by the Christians. So I saw that soft. It wasn't a debate actually, didn't seem like one. I was really happy that coming close to such a civilized and level-headed discussions rather than debate. But he actually was on in the witness box, the Christian said, put him in the, hello, bichara. So, very honest and giving in. And even like realizing his mistakes that he's made. So that's really good. Very like salutations, I must say. And my thoughts, you see, I'm not here to misguide you. I'm here to show you as I've been discovering, not from out of nothingness. But God did say in the Quran that I created all this from nothingness, and then water also, right? My thoughts and your thoughts. So when you are in doubt, Imam Ali says, stop. But that dialogue from the movie Scent of a Woman, Al Pacino. When you're in doubt, no, what do you do? Al Pacino says it, but I'm not going to say it. My thoughts and your thoughts. Khalil Gibran. So, okay, if I make mistakes, I'll correct myself. You can correct me in your mind. If it I hope it comes back what I wanted to. You see, yes, it came. This thing about, in the Quran, like trial. I said, no, that particular verse, Surah Hajj verse, that the disbelievers, it's a trial for the disbelievers. What trial for the disbelievers? You should say it's a trial for the believers, right? Anyhow, that's another point. I don't know why it has come. I never thought of it like this. But here it says the trial for the disbelievers. God has put the disbelievers on trial about this, and the other thing is that there are other ayats also that say that the believers have, when you say you believe, but that you will not be tested or put on trial, like Professor Richard Dawkins was. No. The Christians were really good, Dr. John Lennox, and what the channel is that? Sorry, I've forgotten the channel name on YouTube. So thank you. It's all for free. You can watch it. Very interesting, intellectual gentlemen talking. Even the religious theosophists trying to be smart. Theosophist was really great. Great. Level-headed. What else is there? And to the point. You know, us Muslims, we're lagging behind. We don't answer to the point, and we're like here and there. Now, you could be, your souls could rot in this Islamic practices. See how, like, some things are mystical letters for only Allah, Prophet Muhammad, and our Imams. And they won't give it. Monopoly. So, anyways, yeah, because Imam Ali told, so there are some reasons why, conditions. They'll only give it to their trusted Shias, Muslim believers. Because some people sell their religion and all this. Yeah, I would, what would I do? Yeah, I'd be buying the religion because I'm not a seller. You see, old is gold, but now I tell you, new is also gold. No, just kidding. Your thought and mine. Your thought is a tree rooted deep in the soil of tradition and whose branches grow in the power of continuity. Well, that's good. This tree could give us great fruits. My thought is a cloud moving in the space. It turns into drops, which, as they fall, form a brook that sings its way into the sea. Then it rises as vapor into the sky. So, what is better? Your thought is a fortress that neither gale nor the lightning can shake. My thought is a tender leaf that sways in every direction and finds pleasure in its swaying. Your thought is an ancient dogma that cannot change you, nor can you change it. You can't change the Quran. My thought is new. Okay, I know in Surah Rahman it says every day the sun comes up with a new rays or something like this, new face. Michael Bolton has sung. I dedicate this song to my mommy. I used to sing for her. Michael Bolton's song is a new love. Every time just feeling so much. Okay, your thought is an ancient dogma that cannot change you, nor can you change it. And we've been told it's God's laws, not ancient dogma, Khalil Gibran. My thought is new, and it tests me, and I test it morn and eve. But it does say in the Quran, Surah Ankabut, I think, You say you believe, but that you will not be tested. So we come back to that thing I said, that, okay, I correct myself, but I do not correct myself. Actually, I didn't correct myself properly in my last video on YouTube, uploaded, and Facebook. That you see, somewhere we are told the believers are tested, like in Surah Ankabut verse, forgetting the number, and I think it is in Surah Ankabut. You say you believe, but that you will not be tested. So here my thought is new, and it tests me, and I test it morn and eve. It tests me and I test it morn and eve. There's a mutual testing. I will test you, like if you say you love me, I might test you and see how far you will come with me in this love that you have said. Thank God the principal didn't say that she loved me, otherwise, you know. She just said, yeah, I like her a lot. And likeness and fondness is different from love. So she was saved. I never tested her in that. So you have your thought and I have mine. Your thought allows you to believe in the unequal contest of the strong against the weak, and in the tricking of the simple by the subtle ones. Very, very important for this religion. Tricking of the simple by the subtle ones. My thought creates in me the desire to till the earth, and with my hoe and harvest the crops with my sickle, and build my home with stones and mortar, and weave my raiment with woolen and linen threads. Your thought urges you to marry wealth and notability and beautiful women. Surah Azab verse 52. So many of them. And a blind man came to him. Oh, this is for the Sunnis, I can use it. But this is not for the Shias. So I shouldn't be using it here. Because, okay, Sunnis, you're also. Come here. Surah what? Abasa. Your thought urges you to marry wealth and notability. Mine commends self-reliance. Your thought advocates fame and show. Mine counsels me and implores me to cast aside notoriety and treat it like a grain of sand. Yeah, we are sinners, 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 and fear this, fear God, and all this. Otherwise, you'll be cast into such severe punishments, my God, terrible. Even then, we don't learn. So, even if they were true, right? How long did it take for me to, go into this, step into this religion, and try to be a sincere Shia Muslim moment? Grain of sand cast upon the shore of eternity. Notoriety. I'm a sinner, guilty as ever. God knows what I've done, that God has punished me like this and isn't forgiving me. Your thought instills in your heart arrogance and superiority. Yeah, Surah Jumaat, why these Jews call themselves friends of Allah. And but we Muslims are so humble, humbly submit to God's will. Where was that humbly submit? Quran ayat, Surah Hajj, one of those Surah Hajj ayats. I discussed earlier in the video. Your thought instills in your heart, but you don't know this arrogance. You think we are superior, Surah verse, best of creatures are these. But the worst are the Ahle Kitab who don't follow their religion, who have not heard. That's why they fail too. And the idol worshippers. That's why they have failed to understand. Because they are liars. They've used their religion. This is the reason we give, right, for that ayat. Why God calls these Christians, Ahle Kitab, Jews, Christians, and idol worshippers the worst of creatures. Because you every time you, like Imam Ali says in Najl Balagha, oh Kumail, if I could give you this knowledge that I have in my heart, treasure of a lifetime, Michael Bolton, the love inside your eye. My religion is love, I could die for it. And what is death? Mind, plans. Okay, superiority, arrogance, please see. Best of creatures, Muslims, you are. Momin, sorry, because some Muslims are, why do you call me? I call you friend of Allah, party of Allah. Because in Surah Jummah and other, what I say to you, friends of Allah, excluding all others, Muslims, excluding all others. No, but you will say even Abraham was a Muslim and Sarah. But how naive you are. Who will go to heaven and not to be burnt? On one hand, you tell me that, oh no, even the Christians whoever submits to God's will, you know what we used to think? Is a Muslim. Even if they don't know, they are disbelievers, that's why. Because they themselves are not claiming themselves to be, they don't see it. Please, we want to show you. We not to go there to show them. If they come to ask us, then we can show them. But we ourselves don't go there. This was my religion, part of it. I mean, in my religion. This was not my whole religion. So for Prophet Muhammad, sometimes they say cleanliness is half of religion, the other half is what? Haya, shame, guilt, no shyness and all this. I feel so shy, really, in the front of men, Pakistani. Not a British shirt, I don't feel shy. Wearing a mini dress, like a child at a play. In London, I was like a child. I was wearing short dresses. Oh, and what good. Pyar ke beech mein. Lata started to sing again after a gap of some time, years. Enjoying walking from my hostel to my college, listening to the Walkman again in final year or third year I started. So no Britisher coming to tell me anything, moving my hand. Ooh, lata, प्यार के बीच में हम नहीं आएंगे जिस तरफ ले चला दिल चले जाएंगे चैन सा गया. That Dushman movie song, very, very good, I tell you. And your thought begets dreams of palaces with the furniture of sandalwood studded with jewels. क्यों शेखों को शर्म दिला रही हो तो why you make a sheikh feel ashamed? Oh God, the palaces, you see. And the beds made of twisted silk threads. No, I think cotton is better. My thought speaks softly in my ears. Be clean in body and spirit, even if you have nowhere to lay your head. Your thought makes you aspire to titles and offices. Mine exhorts me to humble service. Yeah, this is what we thought, that we were slaves of Allah, Abdullah. But what do we say to the woman? Abdali? I not know. No, there's no such thing as Abdali. No, feminine. What feminine for Abdul? Ooh, only men can be. Now I realize another thing. After many, many years. So women are not called. Oh, these women are under you, slaves of Allah. Excuse me, this is terrible. Okay, I'm also very, very emotional. So sad today, finding out your thought is social science, a religious and political dictionary. Mine is simple axiom. What is axiom? I know. I don't know. Okay. Your thought speaks of the beautiful woman. Maybe for axiom it not that written in tablet. Laws of Mosaic laws, or in the Quran, that you take Sharia law. Your thought speaks of the beautiful, Umari, beautiful women. Surah Azab again, verse 52. The ugly, the virtuous, the prostitute, the intelligent, and the stupid. But no, Prophet Muhammad married beautiful women only. Prostitute, Surah Nur ayat 33, compelling them, not good. If they want to remain chaste. So no matter how many ayats come, that they remain chaste, remain chaste, remain chaste, why here God falter? So you cannot give me that prostitution not allowed in Islam. Overall, no. Overall, what? It's a wipeout. What God has said that He abrogate laws and all this, bring new laws. So we say that it's not a God, not a knowing. See, he look at the people. Sometimes He do great mercy for the Muslim believers, for the people. Oh, so He not to know His own people? Huh? Oh, I don't know what He knows. Oh, He knows everything. Right? He's the all-knowing. Then why He abrogate, cancel one? And Imam Jafar Sadiq in Al-Kafi, or Abu Jafar, Muhammad or Abu Abdullah, I don't know which one. But the title of Imam is given, not the proper name that I know them from. So he said that God is worshipped through bid'ah. It's a new love. And every time abrogating, very, very good. So now stay constant. What Hafiz say in the book of constant? But here if you say constant, yes. Now what is this confusion coming? And what is this confusion? On one hand you say, no, my laws never change, my word never changes. Or what never changes? Tell me, God. Give me ayats from the Quran. What God is saying. Maybe I wrong. Maybe this religion somewhat right. Somewhat right. And maybe this religion, Quran ayats taken from idol worshippers, patch and put what patch and mix and match from Jews, from Christians, not very well taken from Christians, because Trinity, where in the world come from? In the Quran, Maryam, baby Maryam. I say, okay, for me, I like Muslim. Say, yeah, these Christians really, Father, Son, and there's a Father, Son, and Spirit. In the name of Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. Yes, Father, Son, and Spirit. And maybe the Spirit come to. So where is baby Maryam's Lady Maryam? We call her Virgin Maryam. Okay, Christian. No, no, don't bring this. Not the right put in the Quran. But Christians, I tell you, this Christian in my hostel, they invite whoever want to come for a debate about this Trinity. Me and my Turkish Muslim go. We're not the believers, but just Muslim. First week, I don't know, but God decide whether what we are at that time. But we go there, and they try to explain the egg Trinity, right? Shell, then the white, then the yolk. I tell them where the hen. They tell me where the chicken. No, where the hen. Oh God, really. And I laugh and really, I say, you Britishers, what you telling us? What you telling us? Where the egg come from? Tell us. You make Trinity, you try to explain through egg, even if through a leaf you try to explain that this have three leaf part. So all in one they make a leaf. I tell you, oh, so now there's a tree, where? Tree there are plant there, tree plant there. Oh, I'm not getting it. Yeah. So now, what do you call Christians? Tree? Hmm? You explain. The poor people wanted to explain Trinity to me. I tell them where the hen. Something wrong with this kind of, or I seeing something wrong because I'm not getting it. No, you have to explain to me where this hen. You are explaining Trinity, and you don't know anything about the hen. Because God come first. And God tell you that He make Trinity? Sorry. Oh my God, no. Oh. Oh, sorry, I have this social media coming. Notification. Terrible. The subjects of your thought are thieves, criminals, and assassins. Mind declares that thieves are the creatures of monopoly. This the true now. What they're seeing in the market. Criminals are the offspring of tyrants, and assassins are akin to the slain. Now you see, I could go on very, very wrong. What is this? Okay, I skipped some here. I love this. Mine speaks of the loving and the affectionate. And whereas you say not have any affection, so if Khalid Gibran was alive, he look at the Quran and say, what this? I not understand. No, no. You understand. You and Hafiz understand. Mine speaks of the loving and the affectionate, the sincere, the honest, the forthright, the kindly and the martyr. Yeah, keep company with the truthful and all this Quran giving ayat. Very, very good. Your thought advocates Judaism, Brahmanism, Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam. In my thought, there is only one universal religion, this universal truth I after. People telling me, what do you after? Universal truth. You say, I tell you, I after this universal religion. What a, like Khalil Gibran said. So universal truth would mean like one religion, and God even say in the Quran that I could have made you all in one religion following. Yeah, why you not make us like bees, inspire in us? Huh? And do we not, sometime I wish I was an animal, sinner such as I, what I did to my teacher, Miss Dessa. I go there trying to reconcile it, backfire, guilty as ever. I criminal, they make me feel criminal from childhood. Then teenage, what can I do? From 9 years, no, less than 9. They make me feel like a criminal. In my thought, there is only one universal religion whose varied paths are but the fingers of the loving hand of the Supreme Being. Supreme Being, who is this Supreme Being? In your thought, there are the rich, the poor, and the beggared. My thought holds that there are no riches but life. That we are now Abu Dhabi giving more charity. Please, more bonus coming. Me going. I like Moses going to Abu Dhabi. Just kidding, please. Take a joke or not. I never kid in childhood like this. That's why people not thinking I kidding or joking. Only laughing with my jokes, really. I amusing myself. In your thought, there are the rich, the poor, and the beggar. My thought holds that there are no riches but the life. Maybe King Abu Dhabi's, and even Saudi Arabia's king. You know what the love can do. What Hafiz say, and what the Rumi or Hafiz, or both. My thought holds that there are, what? Police, I apologize. No, I just, no politics or, that's very, very, because direct, police coming, taking me in jail. My thought holds that there are no riches but a life, that we are all beggars, and that no benefactor exists save life herself. Okay, life, very good. You have your thought and I have mine. But life unfortunately exists without, but Khalil Gibran say that God exists supreme. So very, very good, you must read this. Must I read this? But the mind hovers in the ever-renewed days of clouds. Your thought is the thought of gossip and false pleasure. Mine is the thought of him who is lost in his own country like me. Very, very good, Khalil Gibran. Of the alien in his own nation. I alien. Of the solitary among his kinfolk and friends. I also solitary. You have your thought and I have mine. So this very, very good, I tell you. I don't know what tell me, what tell you, what tell me. But the where this Khalil Gibran coming from? Oh, what he write? Amazing, I tell you. I tell you from which part of me I'm telling you. They say Quran ayat also says hearts have a tendency to go astray. Is this intellect? Is this a reason? Is this my heart? वो दिल है, वो दिल है जो कहता है प्यार खूब है. ये दिमाग है जो कहता है प्यार फजूल है. Oops, Zara, you doing great blasphemy. You Shia? Oh, at that time my blood Shia, I got 10 days for Majlis. Azad Arya Hussain. Teenage year, I write. You are telling us that the mind say that the love is fuzul. Not a surah all the time, sorry, forgetting. Now come here. What do you think? Quran open? You are saying mind is saying that the love fuzul hai. Because you see in Urdu it rhyme. Fuzul and khub. What? ये दिमाग है जो कहता है प्यार फजूल है. No, है. ये दिल है जो कहता है प्यार खूब है. No, it look like it. I don't know really. I don't know how it come to me. I don't know. Even know? No, it come to me. So when your father and when you read Al-Kafi and say aqal, istamal karo. Use intelligence. Use your intellect. From where intelligence coming, reason coming, a reasonable man becoming woman. But can we women ever be very as reasonable as men? Very, very sad the sermon of Imam Ali, 80. And what Al-Kafi saying? So, what Khalil Gibran saying? That in the reason, oh, now I go to the Prophet. So like Khalil Gibran not making me ashamed? Okay, so we will. Al-Kafi, remember I'm on that right now. Right? Intellect. And who God they love, He give them perfect intellect. He make their intellect perfect. So if He love, so what come first? Love or intellect? No one can, I not lose debate. If I given chance, I really destroy illogical things. So now we go to where we go? Oh, the Prophet. Okay, open new tab. What the Prophet, the Prophet by Khalil Gibran, please, if you care to listen, where we coming from? From nothingness we came. If you become empty, empty yourself, because then one day, fighting, struggling, jihad, self-jihad, struggling. One day you say, leave it, Baba. What is Allah? I wish I was a bird. Fly away. Birds fly, they don't think twice. They simply spread their wings. Michael Bolton. Song coming. In college, I listening. St. Joseph's College, Karachi. You know why, what the whole thing means. Love is a wonderful thing. Makes you smile through the pouring rain. Love, 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 chorus, is a wonderful thing. The only thing the river knows is how to. So you see what the Surah Nahl and the Surah Namal, ant and the bee, we inspired. All we need is inspiration. Why you give us this mind? This could be Satan, right? Mind is the culprit. And why you give us Satan? No, I tell you, Anna in Mr. God, I read long time ago. Mr. God, this is Anna by Finn. She said, I have nothing to do with, there's no devil or anything in these numbers. I tell you, it is just that we got it wrong. It is okay. No big deal. Numbers can never lie. And that the old Nick, that the Satan, he cannot, he's not, something wrong happening in religion. Religion saying that this angel, fallen angel, poor fallen angel, then Quran explaining he made of fire and he jinni angel. So, how we knowing God is so near? Really, that another, okay. No, but this, it all linked together. So what does Satan mind? Mind of Satan? Saying that I am better. But if there was love, what Rumi, Hafiz, Sadi, who say? Sophistry from Satan. Ishq from Adam. Love, passionate love from Adam. You see, when you come to innocence, you see your love passionate. People tell you, what is too much Allah? I cannot. You are coming too strong on us and all this. But I tell you, when with my grandaunt, I love her. But I not to say very good, very like you not to get attached. Simple people, extraordinary. Just extraordinary people, you know. No problem with my aunt because she's full, empty. And what does she do? She complete her work on me, and we talk and all this. I not to go crazy after her. No problem of attachment with my. She even died with cancer, stomach cancer. Why not cry and we juda and this and that? Because if you sever ties using your mind, why you sever ties using your mind? Kinship you have severed, cut off. When God take, okay, this natural death happening, even cancer happening, but she tell me pray that I become independent, prayer not answered. But I have dreams that she's coming back. She's telling me, I say you are all well and alive. Well, that's a dream, but I really feel it. That she has come alive again. Quran ayat also saying that they will be resurrected. Some saying it's not a reincarnation, it's a resurrection, problem having. So now, tough part, Shias, I'm making you ready. You not have patience with me. Well, Prophet Khalil Gibran on reason and the passion, I think. Yeah. So, and the priestess spoke again and said, "Speak to us of reason and passion." And he answered, saying, "Your soul is oftentimes a battlefield." Oh my God, I write this later on, that the life is a battlefield, and it is so sad, so ironic, right? The opposites are fighting. Because we have opposites, we need to know North Pole and the South Pole difference, or difference of West and East, South and North and South. But in the Quran, there are only two East and two West. There's no up and no down, so there's only left and right. Okay? So now we come here, battlefield. Life is such a battlefield upon which your reason and your judgment wage war against your passion and your appetite. Division, opposites. Would that I could be the peacemaker in your soul, that I might turn the discord and the rivalry of your elements into oneness and now please, Muslims, don't tell me about that Ahad or God wide or Tawheed, oneness of God, the great, we the best. Elements into oneness and melody. But how shall I, unless you yourselves be also the peacemakers, nay, the lovers of all your elements? Love shall set you free. So if you have a weakness, what Mother Teresa say? Give your weakness to God. What the sinner, 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 sinner all the time? How can I convince you? What you see is real. Who am I to blame you for what that song coming? What you feel, I followed you through changes, and patiently I'd wait till you came to your senses too. It's a miracle of faith, love. I was living for a dream. I'm not able to sing. My energy too drained. If either your sails or your rudder be broken, Babuji. What did that, which song? Haath patwar, what? With arms. Tute hue patwar se? टूटे हुए पतवार से नान बना ले अपने पे भरोसा है. So what your rudder broken? With your broken arms, you make your broken arms your rudder of the sails. Yeah. If either your sails, no, your ship. If either your sails or your, what if the sail is broken? What do? You fly to Allah. In goodness. Surah Zariyat ayat. Fly to Allah. This translation I read. I have Quran book in Karachi. If either your sails or your rudder be broken, you can but toss and drift, or else be held at a standstill in the mid-air seas. Now you're remonstrating, telling Khalil Gibran that what do you mean to say that I'm a criminal or I'm guilty? I have all these weaknesses. I have, this is really hurting my nose. So I bought the wrong glasses. For reason, ruling alone is a force confining and passion unattended is a flame that burns to its own destruction. For reason, ruling alone is a force confining and passion unattended is a flame that burns to its own destruction. Therefore, see, because I confuse what is God in Al-Kafi saying, that the reason alone. Therefore, let your soul exalt your reason to the height of passion. Come. What fear is not your heart, Mrs. Manira Gulzar. Poem for Mrs. Manira Gulzar. Yeah, what a fear this, really. Is not your heart to mine. Therefore, let your soul exalt your reason to the height of passion, that it may sing, and let it direct your passion with the reason. Soul doing all this. So, what in the Quran we are told? We have left behind. You see, what in the Quran first I complete this. So little knowledge have we given you of the soul. Maybe, he putting a sword on Huwei's neck. Give me some of your, from the, so Huwei giving, and wrong things coming. Muhammad, this Muhammad, putting a sword on idol worshippers, telling us that idol worshippers are thanking me and exiling me and from Makkah and all this nonsense. I see insight. He holding them hostages. But give me your ayats and your secrets. Therefore let your soul exalt. Because you see all this mumble jumble. We are in a mess. If you Muslims don't see it, I'm showing you. And then where will you be? You know what happens? Take the Quran ayats and see. If you are misguided, you are a disbeliever, sorry. What are you? What's happening to you? Ooh, kufr, covering. You're blind. You can't see the truth. You can never reach the truth. And you Shias going through, all the time. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. What are you getting? Maybe you're getting some peace. That's probably because of what Richard Marx, Professor Richard Dawkins said. That what Richard Marx say, I tell you. No, what he said that, this human thing of awe-struckness. And they thinking God is this all made by some supreme power. Supreme power. Maybe one power very, very. Oh, like, Anna saying this dot. I wonder if Professor Richard Dawkins, not Marx, has read the story of this 8-year-old, 4-year-old in his own country, city, West Kensington, child. What is she saying? About the dot, Finn the dot. So, here we have evidence. How she bring about really amazing about the God. And I must also look at proof and evidence. What is evident, self-evident, and what is proof of God? Different, because it was brought to my attention that even these two words, although some are same definition-wise, but there's some difference. And by Dr. John Lennox in that debate, very soft, very nice, on YouTube I see. So I wonder what they're saying about this little girl. Write the Finn, write the story, true story. Long time ago, West Kensington, I think. And I go to West Kensington. Oh my God, and I said like, Anna here? I go to this mall in West Kensington. Although I don't like West Kensington, ever. I mean, I didn't like it. So, but I go there, then I really start going to the mall because I cannot go far away, travel. My in London also, my not allow me health, chronic fatigue. So I really enjoyed it. I would have you consider your judgment and your appetite. So with two loved guests in your house, so take your judgment and your appetite as love. See, love, I tell you, is if you know, surely you would not honor one guest above the other. Loved guests. You see, we said that even if enemy coming in our house, we're not doing bad to them. We're serving them. And the nice, sincere, honestly. Surely you would not honor one guest above the other. That's what Khalil Gibran trying to get to that dogma and everything, showing you in many ways. More mindful of one loses the love and the faith of both. For he who is more mindful of one loses the love and the faith of both. Criminal, what a criminal. God rests in reason. You can even read Les Miserables. God rests in reason. Among the hills, when you sit in the cool shade of the white poplars, sharing the peace and serenity of distant fields and meadows, then let your heart say in silence, God rests in reason. What Anna say, resting one day, God not the rest, but even Anna say, very nice that God create the rest. God rests in reason. And when the storm comes and the mighty wind shakes the forest and the thunder and lightning proclaim the majesty of the sky, then let your heart say in awe, God moves in passion. And since you are a breath in God's sphere and a leaf in God's forest, you too should rest in reason and move in passion. So I am unable to explain now this. I'm not knowing very high. But what I'm telling you, what this intellect, where shaitan coming, and and now we reach this. Ali Mala Mala. Ya Ali. Oh, and I say also some wrong thing about this Surah Hajj Ayat 52. I see multilingual Quran and my Shia commentary also I read. So what I say wrong in my previous video. I said that about this 52 ayat in Surah Hajj, and we did not send before you, Zara. I corrected myself. Any messenger or prophet, except that when he spoke or recited, Satan threw into it some misunderstanding. But Allah abolishes that which Satan throws in. Then Allah makes precise His verses. and Allah is knowing and wise. This means before this prophet, when this prophet come, okay, Shaitan not come in as a reciter. We Shias not to believe, but the Sunni hadiths say that he said, what? If he said consider, like I say, consider these idols, where? Oh, okay. Maybe I not to get it. I not get the Sunni hadith properly, but that they say that he say that worship, he praising idols. I only read in Surah Najm that they say consider Manat, Lat, and Uzza. Maybe somewhere else this ayat. I still not get it. Very confusing. What the Sunni hadith saying? That he praising the idols. But this Satan and Akapuya saying same thing, that the people trying to put, say this Satan, trying satanic people, and at his time, Muhammad's time, clarifying those issues which were misunderstood to remove any doubt. This is what the Prophet Muhammad doing. He protected from all sides. So yes, that I correct myself before in the video, that also Satan coming to him, Satan not coming in to him what his desire, but Prophet Muhammad no, others yes. So he trying to correct all prophets before him. He trying to correct what the Satan throw when they had given the message, they desire. So it is not even in desire, but I take this. But when he framed the desire, Satan threw some vanity into his desire. This Yusuf Ali. So previous I take a different dimension of this verse, saying this desire, even of Prophet. I'm really confused where I come from now. But yesterday it was, I was trying to look at this in a different dimension. See, through some vanity into his desire. Yusuf Ali translation, I don't know what. I read Shia, forget. But I take a different dimension here. You see, what is this desire, vain, and the, please, not the, okay, not the Prophet Muhammad, but even the previous Prophet. So we're just taking a part of this as a different dimension, desire. And that so knowledge best, right? Roundabout manner by hook or by crook, we are told, or I understand it like this, come by hook or by crook, that the knowledge best. 50, after that, try for those again, knowledge, 54 verse. And so those who were given knowledge may know that it is the truth from your Lord, and therefore believe in it, and their hearts humbly submit to it. I mean, I'm just looking at it through a different dimension. Maybe, irfaniyat or gnosis. Maybe mystically it's coming. I don't know. But no one may have given you this dimension. I don't know. Some Muslim scholar. Like I see it like this, right? There are different translations here. But if I take Yusuf Ali, that he may make the suggestions thrown in by Satan. But Yusuf Ali here. Sorry, I was reading 52 verse. Here's Yusuf Ali. Never did we send a messenger or a prophet before thee, but when he framed a desire, Satan threw some vanity into his desire. But if you see that there's sometimes, like we are told that use your mind, not your heart. in Islam. My father tell me you're very emotional, not helping you in court, a lawyer. You become contempt of, you die like Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. You get hanged. You become too emotional. So when he framed the desire, very, very important this way of looking. Even though maybe not, but I can't say explain properly this point. I may come back in another video explaining very articulately. Satan threw some vanity into his desire. So even if, let's say, I take it from a different dimension, that the desire, maybe I'm wrong, I will correct myself, that we have some wish to convey something. And Satan throwing in his wish or desire. But Satan cannot throw those rooted well in knowledge. So knowledge, we were told, very, very important. My mother said, 2.5 years old, I don't care, you go to school. Until Lele Begum, Irani school I got. Knowledge, very, very important, not desire. And intellect, Al-Kafi. So I sing this, and where it does say, so just like that, taking it into his desire. So Satan can come in any way, and desire coming, our prophet that framed the desire. So very, very subtle, a very this delicate point here coming. But Allah will cancel anything vain that the Satan throws in, and Allah will confirm, establish His signs. So now proof, for Allah is full of knowledge, here coming knowledge, full of knowledge and wisdom. You see, very, very important point. So please contemplate and you find out for yourself. I just give you guideline like this. Maybe putting a sword on idol worshipper neck, and they give him this from there, because no book idol worshipper, we not hear any book coming, but we hear Zabur, we hear the Ahl Kitab people, Abrahamic religion book having. And what book, we are not told what book idol worshipper, we are just told that they just passed down knowledge of forefathers, false, this, that. Okay? So I will come back later to see, complete this very, very, it is very delicate and neat, very articulate, a lot of thought, insight, meaning contemplation or meditation needed on this. Allah is full of knowledge and wisdom, and then coming your Imam Ali knowledge that he conveyed to Imam Ali, Prophet Muhammad, all this knowledge. And so those who were given knowledge may know that it is the truth from your Lord. With evidence, knowledge, wisdom, with evidence, proof. Oh, Dr. John Lennox saying, wait, let me see what is the difference between now proof. First I see what the difference between render and bestowed. Does God render? Did God render me my principal in college? Or did He bestow upon me this blessing? Treasure of a lifetime, soul of my soul, heart of my heart, the greatest treasure of my life, that's what you are. Michael Bolton singing song. Okay? Me coming back later now, 1 hour 19. Thank you very much to tell you to police how deceived we have been. Really? Yes. To myself also I showing, getting stunned every time, coming back.